The number one walking mistake seniors make and how to fix it. Now let's break it down. What really causes that trip? Was it just the sidewalk? Or something deeper, something about how your body moves? See, most people think walking is automatic. You learn it as a toddler and that's it, right? But as we age, our bodies change. And unless we consciously adjust how we move, those little changes can pile up and quietly raise our risk of falling. Let's talk about posture. One of the biggest hidden culprits. Over the years, we tend to develop forward head posture, that hunched over look where the chin sticks out and the shoulders round forward. It's not just a cosmetic thing, it shifts your center of gravity. Instead of your weight being balanced over your hips and heels, it pulls forward. Now, you're walking like you're perpetually about to tip. And that sets off a chain reaction. To avoid falling forward, your steps get shorter. Your arms stop swinging naturally. Your eyes lock on the ground. All of this adds tension, stiffness, and ironically less control over your movements. Then there's the issue of muscle memory. As we age, we may walk less, sit more, and lose strength in key areas, especially the glutes, core, and calves. Those muscles are like shock absorbers and stabilizers. They help you adjust when you step on uneven ground or have to turn quickly. But if they are weak, or if your brain isn't used to activating them while walking, your body can't respond fast enough to avoid a fall. And let's not forget the mental piece. That moment of tripping, even if you don't fall, can shake you. Your confidence dips. You start thinking, what if it happens again? So you move more cautiously, which often means more stiffly. That guarded way of walking actually increases your risk. It's what we call the fear-fall cycle. Fear leads to stiffness, stiffness leads to imbalance, and imbalance leads to, you guessed it, another fall. But here's the powerful part: just as your body learned these unhelpful habits, it can unlearn them. That's where something as simple and accessible as conscious walking comes in. This isn't some fancy technique you need a trainer for. It's about bringing your awareness back to the basics. Are you lifting your feet fully with each step? Are your arms swinging? Is your head aligned with your spine? Are your eyes looking ahead instead of down? Making even small corrections can dramatically change your balance. And when you pair that with light strength-building exercises and a bit of daily practice, the improvements are not just physical, they are emotional too. You feel more confident. You trust your body more. You start looking forward to movement again, instead of fearing it. Because let's face it, walking shouldn't be something we dread. It should be joyful, empowering, a way to reconnect with our independence. Part 1: Why falls happen, and why they are not inevitable. Now, I want you to really think about this. Have you ever noticed how someone close to you, maybe a parent, a neighbor, even yourself, starts walking just a little differently with age? Slower steps, a bit of a shuffle, maybe a hand on the wall for balance. It's not necessarily because they are old, but more because the body has slowly started adjusting in all the wrong ways, often without us even realizing it. Let's dig into that muscle loss thing a little more, because that's a big one. You see, after 60, we naturally start losing muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia, and it's sneaky. It doesn't hit overnight. It creeps in slowly, like sand slipping through your fingers. One day you're kneeling in a garden and getting up without thinking, and a few years later, you're using both hands and a grunt just to rise off the couch. Sound familiar? And here's the kicker: it's the muscles in our legs and core that take the biggest hit. Those are our stabilizers, our natural shock absorbers. They are what help us react fast if we trip over the edge of a rug or step off a curb that's just a little higher than we thought. When those muscles weaken, It's not just about feeling tired or less strong, it's about the body losing its built-in safety net. Now let's talk posture, because oh boy, that one flies under the radar. It happens gradually. Shoulders roll forward, the neck cranes out like a turtle, and before we know it, our whole weight is pitched ahead of our feet. That forward-leaning posture throws off our balance more than we think. It changes how we move, how we react, and even how we breathe. And I get it, we don't mean to do it. It's not like anyone wakes up and says, "Hey, today I'm gonna start slouching." It's often just years of sitting, stress, maybe a bit of back pain that made us favor one side. But the consequences? They show up when you least expect them, like when you're reaching for something on a high shelf and suddenly feel wobbly. But perhaps the most surprising factor? Fear. You might not think fear has much to do with falling, but let me tell you, it's huge. The moment someone becomes afraid of falling, everything changes. They start taking shorter steps. They stop swinging their arms naturally. Their movements become stiff, hesitant, cautious. And that caution, while well-intentioned, actually messes with the body's ability to move fluidly and stay balanced. It's like driving a car with the emergency brake half on, it just doesn't run the way it should. Oh, and we can't forget the senses. Vision gets blurrier. Reflexes slow down. Maybe depth perception isn't what it used to be. A shadow on the floor might look like a step. A slight change in carpet texture might feel like a bump. Add some poor lighting or shoes with slick soles, and that's a recipe for disaster. But here's the key takeaway I want you to really feel in your bones: aging doesn't automatically equal falling. Falling isn't just some unavoidable tax we pay for living a long life. It's often the result of how we adapt or don't adapt to the changes in our body. We can work with those changes, or we can let them work against us. Part 2, the secret technique that changes everything. Alright, so let's talk about this idea of conscious walking. It sounds almost too simple, right? But sometimes the smallest changes can have the biggest impact. I've seen it with my own eyes. Older adults who felt unstable and hesitant suddenly walking more confidently, just by tweaking how they move through the world. Now, conscious walking isn't some new fitness trend or something you need a trainer for. You don't need a Fitbit, a mirror wall, or yoga pants. What you do need is a little attention and a bit of consistency. That's it. We're just giving the body a friendly reminder of what it used to do automatically and helping it find that rhythm again. Let's break it down. First, eyes up. This one's big. I know a lot of folks are used to looking down when they walk, scanning for cracks in the sidewalk, making sure they don't trip over the dog. But when your eyes are fixed on your feet, your posture naturally caves in. Your neck cranes forward, shoulders tighten, and balance. It takes a hit. Try looking about 10 feet ahead like you're scanning the horizon. You'll feel your body start to straighten up almost instantly. It's like flipping on your internal balance system. Next, those shoulders. Drop them. Seriously right now. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Feels better, right? When your shoulders are tight and hunched, it throws off your center of gravity. But when you roll them back and open your chest just a bit, everything realigns. Your weight gets distributed evenly. Your lungs even expand better. It's not just posture, it's balance and breathing, all in one. Then there's the magic of arm swing. Sounds basic, but think about it. When you watch someone who's tense or fearful, what's the first thing you notice? Their arms don't move. They stiffen up, almost like they are bracing for a fall. But swinging your arms naturally, just letting them glide with your stride, actually helps you stay balanced. It creates a gentle counter motion to your legs and gives your brain a rhythm to sync with. Now let's talk about the actual step. The heel-to-toe roll is the gold standard here. You're not stomping or shuffling. You're landing gently on your heel, rolling through your foot, and then pushing off with your toe. It keeps your momentum smooth and your steps secure. Try doing it slowly in your hallway. It might feel weird at first, but give it time. It's how we used to walk before habits or stiffness got in the way. And the foundation of it all? Foot position. Feet should be roughly shoulder width apart, pointing forward, not splayed out or pigeon-toed. This creates a strong base and makes turns much safer. Ever try to pivot on a narrow stance? It's like trying to balance on a tightrope. Give yourself some space. Stability starts with how we stand before we even take a step. Now, put all of that together, eyes up, shoulders back, arms swinging, heel to toe, feet parallel. It's not a march, and it's definitely not forced. It's a reset, a way to teach your body to move with grace and intention again. And the beauty is, once this starts to feel natural, you can add more to it. Maybe a few balance exercises, like standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Or some gentle leg strengthening, like sitting and standing from a chair without using your hands. These little moments, done mindfully, add up. Because the truth is, walking isn't just about getting from A to B. It's how we show up in the world, how we stay connected, independent, and alive. Conscious walking is about reclaiming that power, one step at a time. Part 3, a real story, Mrs. Yadwiga's transformation. You know, Mrs. Yadwiga's story still gives me chills. Not because of the fall itself, we've all heard stories like that, but because of what came after. The real struggle wasn't the broken wrist or the bruised hip. It was the invisible stuff, the fear, the doubt, the way her world just shrank. Before the fall, she was vibrant. She'd walk to the bakery every morning. She had a dozen houseplants she talked to like they were her grandchildren. She never missed her neighbor's birthday. But after that morning, just one slip by the kettle, it all changed. Her body hurt, sure, but her spirit took the biggest hit. Suddenly, her home felt dangerous. Every rug looked like a trap. She didn't want visitors. She didn't want to move. That's the part no one really prepares you for, the emotional aftermath. Falling shakes your trust in your body. It makes every next step feel like a gamble. But here's the beautiful twist. Healing doesn't always mean going back to who you were before. Sometimes, it means becoming someone new, someone stronger and smarter about their own body. That's exactly what happened when she met Lucia, her physiotherapist. Lucia didn't walk in with a clipboard and a timer. She sat down with Mrs. Yadwiga. She listened. She understood the fear. And she didn't rush. The first week, they just worked on standing up tall. No laps around the room. No fancy machines. Just simple posture and breathing. Then came the steps, literal, careful steps. Lucia showed her how to lead with her heel, how to roll through the foot, how to find rhythm in her walk again. She taught her to feel the ground instead of fearing it. And let me tell you, watching that transformation was something else. One day, not even halfway through her recovery, Mrs. Yadwiga paused and said, "I used to think walking was just walking. But it's like I'm learning a new language." And she was right. Conscious walking isn't just physical, it's mental. It's about reconnecting with your body, step by step. By the third month, she wasn't just walking to the mailbox, she was walking to the local market. Alone. Proud. She'd chat with the shopkeeper, pick out her fruit, and head home with a confidence that honestly gave me goosebumps. And my favorite part? She said, "You know, I didn't get stronger. I just got smarter." That line stuck with me. Because it flips the script. We're told we have to fight aging with strength and resistance. But sometimes, it's technique, gentle precision that makes all the difference. So if you or someone you love has been through a fall, or if the fear of one is hanging heavy in the background, remember Mrs. Yadwiga. Remember that healing isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes, it's about moving smarter. Part 4. Exercises that rebuild confidence and strength. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, what can I actually do to prevent a fall? And I love that question, because it means you're ready to take action. And don't worry, I'm not about to send you off to a boot camp or tell you to buy some fancy home gym. Nope. What I'm going to share are 5 super practical exercises you can do right at home. No equipment. No stress. Just a little time, a little focus, and a big payoff. Let's start with chair stands. Sounds basic, right? But don't underestimate it. This one's a powerhouse. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your arms crossed over your chest if you can. Now, try to stand up without using your hands. Then slowly sit back down. Do this about 10 times, nice and controlled. What you're doing here is strengthening your thighs and glutes, the exact muscles you use when you get out of bed, off the toilet, or up from a fall. It builds independence, 1 rep at a time. Next, we've got heel to toe raises. Stand behind a chair and hold on lightly. First, rise up onto your tiptoes like you're reaching for the top shelf. Then slowly lower back down. After that, lift the front of your feet, just your toes, and balance on your heels. It looks simple, but it lights up those ankle and calf muscles that help you stabilize every step. And better ankles mean fewer twisted turns and stumbles. Exercise number 3. The tightrope walk. Now, don't worry, no actual rope involved. Just find a clear space on your floor and pretend there's a straight line in front of you. Walk heel to toe, 1 foot in front of the other, arms stretched out for balance like you're on a balance beam. It might feel a little silly at first, but this is gold for improving your coordination. Start slow, and focus on feeling steady, not fast. The 4th one is single leg stands. This one's great for testing and building balance. Stand behind that same chair, hold it lightly, and lift 1 foot off the ground. Just a few inches. Try to hold it there for about 10 seconds, then switch legs. If that's too easy, try letting go of the chair. This kind of challenge is what teaches your body how to react when you're off balance, because real life doesn't always come with a handrail. And finally, let's not forget about posture. Grab a wall, yep, just a plain old wall. Stand with your heels, hips, upper back, and the back of your head touching it. Gently tuck your chin as if someone's pulling a string from the top of your head. Hold it for a few breaths. This one's all about alignment. And when your body is stacked properly, you move more efficiently, and with less effort. It's like recalibrating your internal GPS. Now here's the key: consistency. You don't have to do all 5 every day. But doing even 2 or 3 regularly, say 3 or 4 times a week, can train your muscles and nervous system to respond better when life throws an unexpected curveball. Over time, these movements become second nature. That's what we call muscle memory. Your body remembers how to move safely, even when your brain's a split second behind. So don't underestimate these simple movements. They're your daily dose of fall prevention and your ticket to walking with more confidence, 1 step at a time. Part 5, The Psychology of Walking with Confidence. Here's something most folks don't realize until it sneaks up on them. Walking isn't just physical. It's deeply psychological. Our thoughts, especially the fearful ones, quietly shape the way we move. And when fear of falling takes hold, it sets off a chain reaction that makes us more likely to fall. It's like a mental booby trap. Let me explain. When we're afraid of falling, we start walking differently, less naturally. We tighten up. We shorten our steps. We stop swinging our arms. Our whole body goes into brace mode, as if we're preparing for impact with every step. And what does that do? It actually makes us more unstable. The body becomes rigid and less adaptable, exactly the opposite of what it needs to stay balanced. That's why I always start with one key principle when working with clients: awareness before action. You can't fix what you don't notice. So I ask them to slow down for a moment and do a little check-in. Ask yourself, are you staring at the ground when you walk? It's one of the first signs of fear. You're not just watching your steps, you're bracing for the worst. But looking down actually throws off your balance and disconnects you from your surroundings. Do you avoid public places or crowds because you're scared of tripping or bumping into someone? Isolation might feel safer, but it slowly chips away at your confidence and social life. And let's be honest, avoiding isn't solving. Do you feel off balance when turning, especially quickly? That's not just about strength, it's a coordination issue. And the more we fear those movements, the more we avoid them, which only makes the problem grow. Do your arms stay stiff by your sides when you walk? That's a big one. Our arms aren't just for show when we walk, they are part of the body's natural balancing system. If they are frozen, it's a sign your body is trying to control the walk too much. But control isn't the same as balance. Now, if you found yourself answering yes to 2 or more of these questions, let me tell you something: you're not alone. And more importantly, don't panic. Don't shame yourself. That fear response? It's completely human. It's just your brain trying to protect you. But here's the thing: your brain can be retrained. Your body wants to move better. It's just waiting for permission. The first step in breaking this cycle is acknowledging it, just like you're doing now. From there, we can start reintroducing trust into movement. That might mean guided practice, simple balance drills, or even walking in safe, familiar environments while focusing on form and breathing. Over time, those fearful thoughts start to quiet down, and a new story begins to take shape, one where you walk with intention, not fear. Because the truth is, falling isn't just about the body giving out. It's about how the mind and body communicate. And when we rebuild that connection step by step, we reclaim not just our balance, but our freedom. Final thoughts: reclaiming your independence, one step at a time. At Elderly Care, we truly believe this simple truth: movement is medicine. Not just for your body, but for your confidence, your independence, your peace of mind. If you've felt a little unsteady, if you've ever hesitated at the top of the stairs or gripped a handrail a little tighter than usual, please know this: you are not alone, and you are not powerless. Every single day is a new chance to rebuild strength, reclaim balance, and move with confidence again. And just like Mrs. Yadwiga, you don't need to start big. You just need to start. A few mindful steps. A little awareness. A little faith in your body. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up. So here's what you can do today. Try one of the simple exercises we shared. Share this video with someone who might need it. Subscribe to our channel for more practical tips, inspiring stories, and step-by-step guides tailored for older adults. You matter. Your mobility matters. And we're here to walk this journey with you every steady step of the way. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay steady, and above all keep moving forward.